Today we have a match between me and Legacy. Legacy, who is on Renji Rush down, and me, I actually took the concept of the Renji Rush down and made a blue Hunter x Hunter version. Both concepts are pretty simple, and that is to get to a board state with 4K characters, and you keep replacing them as fast as you can. Now, blue does run at a bit of a disadvantage since the only Rush character is Killua and Ginthru. They do not do a lot without special slots, and one of the Biscays requires 2 actions to play her. Renji, on the other hand, still gets his damage 2 without raid, and the Ichigos are able to take advantage of the grave, along with having the option to raid characters when needed. Blue does play a little slower, but an advantage that it has is a 2-drop Killua that allows you to draw when it attacks. Legacy is on the play and starts with a 0-cost Oryu Ishida. A good start. Hopefully he can stay on curve to get the best outcome from his deck. Moving to my turn, I get my 2 AP for going second. I drop my vanilla Ginthru, who is just used for a raid target, and my Biscay that sacks herself to get a specified slot back from the sideline. Even though the deck doesn't focus on slots, there are still some key ones in the deck that I would like to see multiple times. Legacy now gets his second AP and chooses to play his Ichigo that filters and is a target for a raid, and his Kisuke that when active produces 2 energy. Now back to me. We unfortunately do not get that 3rd AP per the game rules, one that I really like. Now I'm going to play my own energy producer in Elena and a Killua, who when he attacks, I get to draw and discard a card. This is one of the key cards I think will help me outvalue the Renji deck. Legacy now has his 3rd AP and is basically set up to go off this turn if he has the cards in hand. So I'm not sure why he used the Bankai. I was actually distracted during that and didn't notice, but he was able to get 2 Ichigo and a Rukia in this turn, putting me in a really tight position to try and get out of. Now, one of the downsides to playing decks like this is that the one who gets to their board state first most likely wins. This is especially true with Union and Rina, as blocking does not also take out a character. This means you have to be strategic with your blocks, something I'm still struggling with. Now, I'm not in a good position, but these first few attacks I'm less concerned with, as I will use my life as a resource and try to dig with Killua to find my out for this situation. He pays to draw. This tells me that he has nothing else really to play, so he is also trying to dig to be able to keep ahead, using his last 2 AP to play vanilla Ichigo, but they are still potential raid targets. I choose to allow 2 attacks to go through to hopefully get the stand and give 3k to a character. I get neither, so I choose to block with my Ginthru to keep from being forced to block more than I need to next turn, but I'm definitely on the defensive here. I play my beefy Biscay on my turn. She's a 4k and my unrated Ginthru. Swing with my Killua to draw, and Razor, who is blocked by Little Ichigo. Legacy again pays to draw, and then plays a research and development, allowing him to get a card and putting 1 in the grave. He then Bankais to get 2 AP back, dropping Renji and gets a Gatesho on Razor. I made a bad block error here by blocking his 2nd attacker. I missed the chance to get a 3k bump to block the 3rd attacker and not lose a character. So I'm so far backed in a corner that this is almost impossible to come back at this point. But we are still going to try. I play Gon to get the boost on Ja Jenkin to sideline a 5k or less, opting to take out an Ichigo. Since none of them were rated, it does not matter who gets taken out. At this point, I realize that Angel's Breath is very bad in this build. I thought that bringing back a 4k without digging would be better, but I think I would just prefer a kill spell in its place. Now, since he is so far ahead, he chooses to allow the attacks to go through. Understandably, he is in no threat of losing, and to make matters worse for me, he got to raid Renji off of a trigger. Could this situation get any worse for us? Again, paying to draw. This deck is amazing, getting you to the point that you are just using an AP to draw every turn. Getting to raid an Ichigo, using his effect to kill a character. Unfortunately, he chooses Razor, who when sideline gets to move a backline character to the front. Now, I do save my life just to see what plays I have. I sat my Biscay to get Angel's Breath to get another character, getting the Razor back that moves a character when sidelined. If it's not obvious, Renji went nuts, and I really like what it does, even as limited as it is. The blue, not as much, but to be fair, this was put together a few minutes before we played, and I am missing cards that could be of use. Now, we did play a game too, but not much changed, just a little more interaction from me, but the outcome was still the same.